hey, there are, 3,200 counties. There are millions of these liens coming up every single year. And then from there, you can maybe even bring somebody with you to an auction as well. So that is one path. But the cardinal and most important thing that you need to do if you're raising money is to understand this stuff inside and out so that you can be very, very sharp. One of the big questions that will come up is like, oh, if this is so good, then why isn't everybody doing it? Huh? Sounds too good to be true. And to be fair, when you're getting into this business, it will sound too good to be true. Like I remember when I got started, it was like 20 years ago. I bought a $5,000 program. I had VHS tapes. And I was in my parents' basement, just like, holy crap, I need to go through this information as fast as possible because when the rest of the world finds out about it, there's going to be nothing left for me. Now, that's not exactly true. However, you should have a sense of urgency when it comes to this business because, they say the best time to plant a tree was today or 20 years ago. So it's time to plant that tree. And the other thing that happens as well, the internet is infinitely wide and very shallow, right? It's obviously great that you're watching these videos, things like that. If you have some questions, put them in the comments, and then I'll be happy to dive into them here. But just kind of coming back to the topic here, I lost my train of thought. If it's too good to be true, why isn't everybody doing it? So most people won't put in the long-term effort to make this work, right? Now, there's this strange concept with real estate investing where, and it's probably due to the internet, where people just don't have the stay power. You know what I mean? They come into it, and you look at any other business or, you want to become a doctor or a lawyer. It's completely acceptable to go to school and have to put in years before you can start making a couple $100,000 a year. But when it comes to real estate, it's, people are like, oh man, I read your book and then I went to an auction and I didn't get anything, and then, oh, this stuff doesn't work. Oh, I took this guy's seminar, it was $1,000 and it didn't work. And then they tried to sell me more. So the fact of the matter is you may go to your first auction, you may get 5 property, or you may go to 5 auctions. And from there, you could get 5 properties at one auction. So it just depends. You just have to stick with this stuff. And that's kind of the hardest thing these days in the world of the internet. Just people get shiny object syndrome.